All right. You're now listening to Talk FNF TV with your host, Rhetoric, and my lovely, lovely co-host, Fair.
Hi, guys.
And we are back with another installment. We are back with another installment of our show. We got a lot to get into. We missed y'all a lot, but, you know, we want to appreciate all the engagement we've been getting with our post. I am not a Trumpster.
Finally getting some on Instagram.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I'm not a Trumpster. There's clearly a Haitian flag behind me.
We know where
Common
he was
sense.
January 6th.
Thank you. Common sense. Let's try to use it a little bit, people in the comments. But, hey, keep them coming. I enjoy the hate. I'm the king of it. So, of course, I'm going to enjoy the hate. So, bring it my way. I may bring you some energy. I may not. It just depends. You might be lucky.
It hurts my feelings a little bit. And then I'll be going to y'all comments and then I'll be seeing y'all be ugly. So then it makes me feel better.
Yeah, like a lot of y'all beards don't connect. So, it's like I'm not really even worried about what kind of opinion you have on me. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of y'all don't have edges. So.
And then I seen a lot of y'all clearly not the same baby daddies.
Let's not shit on.
My bad.
That's not a great way to start the show.
My bad. You're right. You're right. I apologize. All right. So let's get into a little bit of some topics here.
Period.
It's going to be pretty rare for us to discuss milk relations on this podcast, but I think we got to give a shout out to this newly acquired milk relationship. We got a little bit of we got the milkman himself, Travis Kelsey. He went back home. Shout out to a real nigga going back home. You got to appreciate that. So, y'all not aware, if y'all didn't see what was going on, Taylor Swift, the Swifties were out at Arrowhead Stadium giving love to her boy, Travis Kelsey. Scored a touchdown, had her excited. She was with his mom. I mean, everything looks great. Like, the media's been loving it. I don't see anything wrong with it. But, of course, there was a group who, even when the sun shines bright, will find the darkness in the room. There was a group of women who were just upset about Travis Kelsey finding love within his Caucasian variety. And it was the black woman. They were upset. Y'all were mad.
Don't say y'all.
No, I've seen that. Again, I'm fortunate to come home to a woman who does not, dip in vanilla ice cream. So I'm okay. I don't have to worry about my woman saying anything egregious as she's upset that a white man chose to go back to the Caucasus Mountains.
Why are you even like concerned? It's too early, but why are y'all even concerned about this white man not dating black women anymore? Why are y'all trying to hold him up to any scrutiny for not dating black women anymore?
So let's go back into the history a little bit. What we have was Travis Kelsey used to go out with a fairly popular, I guess you want to say, you want to call it IG model, kind of? Like, I
don't know if she was popular. I did not know who either of these people were until they started popping up on my timeline as a couple. Both of them were not in my realm until they got together and people started posting them as like, oh, couple goals, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know who Travis Kelsey was, and I did not know who Kayla was.
So Travis Kelsey is the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs that we didn't mention before. He's now been seen with Taylor Swift, but his ex was, she was a black girl, very attractive black girl. And do you know the rumor about why they broke up?
No, I don't know.
So
I know that he was like making her pay for things.
So that was a line with the story. So the story goes that Travis Kelsey essentially didn't want a bill. Like, what she came with was a bill, and that wasn't what he wanted in this relationship with her. So that's why he deaded her. Like, she was more expensive than she was bringing to his life. Which I can understand that. You just can't be bad. Like, they all bad when you make as much money as he do. But they were saying,
now you were Taylor Swift and she not bad.
I mean, to white people, she's bad. She's A1 milk to white people. Like, that's legit. But I think it was funny that all of y'all birds was coming out of the woodwork. All the old work, all the hit pieces want to come out and say, oh, he's a cheater and all this other No, he was cheating with you. The women he didn't really respect. I'm sorry, break it to you. He took y'all down, and now he going home to the white lady. For the most part. That's what he doing. Like, I hate to break it to y'all, but this is what a normal trend is. Like, this shouldn't be out of the framework for any of y'all. Y'all should have known this is where he was going to. He was always going home. When he got that cop mustache, it was over with. I knew he was pulling a white woman when he got that cop mustache.
As soon as he wasn't dating a black woman anymore, all of the swag went away.
He took it away though. He cut his beard off. That's what the swag was the beard and the fade. So he took that away. He literally knew what he wanted to do to not be attractive to y'all anymore. Mm-hmm. He was like, it's over with. That phase is done.
I wonder if that was
37.
A personal choice or a PR.
No, he's like, I'm 37. It's time to act like a white man.
It's time to settle down and stop messing with you black hussies.
I'm telling you, I'm not about to out here swirl it up.
That's why y'all need to stop fucking with these white men. Cause all they gonna do is sexualize y'all. The fuck, dumb broads.
Oh man, this makes me think of a story when I was in college, right? So there was this girl, and she was dating this guy that a white guy I knew through another mutual friend, and she was like a very attractive black girl, and she was head over heels for this dude. So I used to talk to him like,
could never.
I was talking to him. I was like, yo man, you got something nice there, yo. She a real bad. He was like, you think I would show that to my parents? He's like, I got me a white girl at home. That's what I'm about. This right here is just for the hitting. And I'm just sitting there shocked because I'm like, yo, this is an A1 black girl that he over here talking like she the rug that you walk in on the welcome mat. And I'm sitting there perplexed. But
there are a lot of black men that have that same philosophy towards white women. White women are just for fucking and black women are for marrying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
I guess.
That's a wild thing to verbalize. I was just crazy that he told me like that. That's what I was saying. Damn. First I was like, damn, that's fucked up a little bit. But why would you tell me that?
I'm a black man.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like I was trying to hit her, so I didn't.
What energy was you putting off that white man was comfortable enough to tell you that black woman was his fuck doll?
You know what? I think
I probably was giving off. I don't like black pussy energy.
No, it wasn't that. I think it was just that was just the mind frame of what you did with women. But it was just weird that he was like, it made it seem like if she was white and looked the way she did, he would have cuffed her. That's how he made it come off. The niggas that when I was in school, we was just like, none of y'all are getting cuffed. None of you women are. The white nigga was just like, no, the black bitch ain't. Yeah, so that's why I was kind of fucked up. But all right, we got to get into this, man. It's been taking a lot of your time. I've only been hearing it from the other room, so I've only been hearing passing things. Usually when these shows are on, I usually walk in, and if I see something nice on the screen, I'll be like, yo, who that? This season hasn't been much of who that. It's
annoying
been
ass.
It's been a lot of me just actually learning about the season, which fucking sucks.
Okay, so Love is Blind season 5 came out on Netflix. The first 4 seasons of Love is Blind. So I have an extensive amount of notes. Okay, I watched the first 4 episodes twice for y'all. I don't like watching things twice. I'm a Sagittarius. Once I'm done, I'm done. But I watched it again.
You should see her when the TikTok repeats.
It literally irritates me to my core because why am I hearing this again? Why are we repeating? Why are we doing the same thing? Let's do something different.
Sicko. All right, get into your shit.
Okay, so let's start with a really quick update. Jackie and Josh broke up. Who saw that coming? All of us. All of us saw it coming. Talking about, oh, we're still together. Y'all thought that we was gonna break up and blah blah blah. And right after the last reunion came out, a couple weeks after, now y'all are broken up. Surprise, surprise. Ha 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 ha. I'm laughing at both of y'all heartbreaks because both of y'all are trash. Okay, continuing.
Can you help me out a little bit? Can you specify when these individuals are of a paler variety and not? So I know who we talking about because I only know the black people that was on the show.
Okay, we are talking about a variety of people.
I understand. I'm just saying, can you just let me know? Just specify.
Okay, so after that little update, I'm gonna break it down by first we're gonna start with Izzy and all of the women that Izzy is connected to.
That's Mr. Clean, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the bald one. Cause Izzy got all the hoes. Izzy got every single woman is in some way, shape, or form interested in Izzy for some reason. So there's Izzy and Lydia, Izzy and Johnny, and Izzy and Stacy. Let me say one thing real quick about Izzy. There's something a little bit off. There's something a little bit like I can't quite put my finger on it, but I can't root for him. I don't think he's like the most genuine. I feel like he's really good at acting like he's more genuine than he is. I have no proof. It's literally just a gut instinct, and I feel like it's like orange and pink flags. It's not red flags. You can't really tell yet. Like, we need more information for the colors to develop. You feel me?
Are you trying to call him like a fuckboy?
Yeah.
Oh, so he that nigga.
Okay. So moving on, I'm going to just disregard your nonsense because this is for the ladies. So we'll start with Izzy and Lydia, right? So Izzy and Lydia meet. She's super geeked. She seems way more interested in him than he is in her. And I could obviously tell. Lydia couldn't. Lydia immediately after their, I think, second conversation was like, "You're my number one." And Izzy was like, "Oh, that's so great." So eventually Izzy tells her that like he has connections with multiple other people in this experience and he's ending things with her. She does not take it well. She's like, "Oh, what's your reason? What did I do?" Like asking him a bunch of questions. It made me uncomfortable because if I've known you for 4 days, 2 days, and I tell you I'm not really feeling it anymore, I don't owe you an explanation.
And then it's kind of hard, like, because they in pods, right? Like, so they don't really see each other. So it's really hard to be like, "Yo, your voice is just mad deep, ma." Like, I don't want to listen to your deep voice.
Like, you just do too much.
Like, you do a weird little sound when you make a thuh. Like, I don't really want to hear that when you do that. Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah. So when she kept asking him why, he was like, "We just, like, our chemistry is just not there. He don't like you. He's just not that into you." But she didn't get that. Eventually, at some point in the show, she's talking about it with somebody and she's like, "Oh, Izzy didn't tell me why. Like, I got no closure. There was no reason. He didn't tell me a reason as to why he didn't want to talk to me anymore." Bitch, yes, he did. He doesn't like you. He doesn't like you as a person, as a human being. And he doesn't even know what you look like. To your core, he doesn't like you.
Can I mansplain for a little bit?
No.
Just for 1 second.
Make it as quick as possible.
That just means you was the joint, Lydia. Like, that's just, he could tell by your conversation you was the joint.
Side bitch energy. Okay, so moving on. We're gonna go to Izzy and Johnny. So Izzy and Johnny clicked on their, like, during their first conversation. During their second conversation, Izzy and Johnny both tell each other that they're each other's number one. So they're on the same page as to like how they feel about each other, right? So amazing, great. My first impression of Johnny was like, she's this super sweet girl. She has a super like sweet white all-American girl look, except for that long ass neck.
So she a giraffe?
Yeah.
So hold on, did she spell her name with an I-E or a Y?
You know what? I actually have absolutely no clue. I did not pay attention.
Because if it's a Y, she ready.
Okay, so
just letting you know, IEs don't be putting out like that. Y's, be ready. No cap.
That's insane. You know that? That's absolutely insane.
That's the motto.
Okay, so where was I? I completely like lost.
You talked about what's her name? IE, Brittany, or what's her name?
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny, yeah.
Okay. Real quick, Lydia. Let's go back to Lydia for just 1 second. Lydia, as soon as Izzy breaks up with her, immediately she runs to Milton. Milton is this guy that she was talking to.
That's the rock nigga. I thought Lydia was a 31-year-old.
She's 28.
Okay, I've got the wrong one. Continue.
It doesn't matter what their ages are.
I need to know who I'm talking about.
Lydia is like the Hispanic chick with the curly hair that's loud as fuck. And she's like, "Oh, I'm loud because I'm Dominican or whatever." No, bitch, you're loud because you
are one of the niggas
desperate for attention. So Lydia immediately runs back to Milton, Milton is like this guy that she was connecting with. Obviously, that was like her number two.
Second place.
Yeah. So Izzy dumps her and she goes right to Milton and they're having a conversation. She's like, oh, I couldn't imagine marrying you yesterday, but I couldn't imagine marrying you today. Bitch. We'll get back to Lydia and Milton. So then Izzy and Johnny tell each other that they're each other's number ones and blah, blah, blah. And Izzy tells Johnny that he was previously engaged. And then that makes Johnny comfortable enough to tell Izzy that she has been previously married. Although she did not like that man at all. That was a rebound because the only man that she's ever loved was her dead crackhead ex.
Was it crack?
It was, I don't know what it was.
It got to be something fly like some meth or something.
No, what it doesn't, they
it's a white woman, right?
It don't matter. Fucking your dead crackhead ex is the only man that you've ever been in love with, and you were in a marriage with this man, and you never loved him. Like, so she tells him that, and then during this conversation, she calls herself all types of walking red flags and this and that. And then also during the confessional, she admits that her own mother, has said to her after seeing her pattern in relationships and the fact that she only basically dates drug addicts, was like, maybe relationships aren't for you. So after telling Izzy that she's a walking red flag.
But like, mamas will do that though. Like I had a girl one time, her mama told me like, hey, you gonna have fun with my daughter, but this ain't where you gonna be for a long time.
Mamas be ops.
They be keeping it real with you. I appreciated that.
That's a mama. If I'm a whore as your daughter, keep that to your fucking self.
Nah, I'm for real. They'll tell you that. They'll tell you, don't get her pregnant. You do not want her to be a mama. Like, they'll give you some real advice. Listen to the mamas. The mamas know when the daughters ain't shit. So
yeah, and this mama knew that her daughter wasn't shit. So Izzy, you can tell that he's like not taking all of this information the best. And then eventually he dumps her too. So this is the second person that Izzy dumps. She does not take this well. She has been playing like the nice girl. There have been like a couple shady comments from her here and there, but like her like whole nice girl, her fake nice girl facade completely drops when Izzy dumps her. The next girl, before I talk about how of a shady bitch Johnny was being, let's bring up Stacy. Stacy is the person that Izzy eventually ends up picking. We're not going to say anything about Stacy and Izzy's relationship. It's boring as fuck. Nothing to mention. Okay?
Well, then let me ask you this then.
Vanilla.
Let me ask you this then. Was there a Izzy on the girl side?
No. There's usually like love triangles that there's like a girl and two guys, or maybe like, usually like a girl and two guys, but this is the first time that there was like a love square, but it was a man and three women.
How long did they be recording?
A couple weeks. I think like 6
in the pods.
weeks.
Like how long did they be in the pods?
So from the not class action, but there's a lawsuit that the cast of Love Island season 4 is bringing up. But according to them, like 10 to 12 hours a day they were recording.
Talking to just a woman for 10 hours is crazy. Like, not even seeing her, that's nuts.
All right.
I could imagine her head exploding.
All right. So, if you tell this man that you're a walking red flag multiple times, why would you be mad when he then believes you? Like, I feel like Izzy was like, okay, I believe you, bitch. Bye. Like, that's it. Like, I feel like men don't give you chance after chance after chance. Like, they don't have as much resilience as we do.
No, we're not walking into the headache. We don't benefit from having a headache.
No, not
Y'all
at all.
benefit from a headache.
I don't know about that, but
hey.
There's nothing to say about Izzy and Stacy because they're really boring. All I'm gonna say is that when I knew that there was gonna be like a Johnny versus Stacy showdown, I was prepared to be on Johnny's side. Simply because she has big brown eyes and she's a brunette and she presented as like the nice girl. She is not that. Stacy though, even though she's like the icy blonde with like the cat eye and whatever. She is the nice girl. The whole time in the beginning, when all of the girls came back from initially meeting all of the guys, everyone was saying, oh, Izzy's my first choice. She came in the confessional. She was like, I'm just going to let them drop like dominoes. And that's what she did. And she got her man because that man proposed to her.
Was she the first one to be proposed to?
No, she wasn't.
So
the first people to be proposed
she
to
wasn't getting that shit kind of off.
Were white. So, yeah.
I mean, well, that's editing. We don't know that. That could have just been editing.
Yeah, it could have been editing. So, let me bring back up my notes. So,
I mean, what I'm trying to gather here so far is you not really giving care about Izzy and Stacey because they seem to be perfect with it. So that's hate.
No, they just seem to be like super boring. Like, okay, so Izzy, when Izzy picks Stacey and he's about to propose to her, he like pours his heart out. He's like, I knew it was you the whole time, blah, blah, blah. And Stacey's like, slow your roll, my guy, because I don't feel the same. Like, it seems like he's falling and she's like, which I'm happy about.
Well, if he's the fuckboy you try to claim that he is, he just getting his shit off.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
And I'm glad that Stacey's like, no, because this is coming out of nowhere and we haven't built that yet. So this doesn't, I feel like she's saying like, this doesn't feel genuine. You're just saying words. And I'm glad she catching on to his shit.
Whatever. She gonna
not catching on to his shit, but like, I'm glad she's like being precautious and she's not putting all of her eggs in Izzy's basket.
If a white man is named Izzy, she's falling for him.
He's not a white man.
He's not?
No, his name is Ismael, I think.
Oh, okay.
So he's like Ismael Gonzalez or something. He's not white.
I mean, that makes sense though. He's not trying to get stopped by TSA in the airport. So
his ID
I would go by
still
Izzy
says Ismael.
I would still, but I mean, when I'm listening, when I'm talking to you, I would go.
He does seem like he wants to be like
white adjacent. I'm giving that. When I saw him, he looked like the dude that would be sanding his surfboard.
But he's not white. So, all of Izzy's women are done, right? So Stacey is the woman that he's gonna be with outside of the pods. We're gonna move now to Johnny and Chris. So Johnny is the second woman that Izzy dumped. Johnny was talking to Chris and dumped Chris because she thought that her connection with Izzy she thought she was going to be engaged to this man. Whole time that she's talking to Izzy, she's like, oh, Chris is just a friend. He is the safe choice, blah, blah, blah. He's too nice. He's too boring and he doesn't excite me. And that's not what I'm used to. Like, so she tells him, which is the nicest thing she actually did. The most genuine thing she did the entire time that she was on this show was very early on tell Chris that she really was not into him that much and that she wanted to focus her energy on Izzy. That was the only genuine thing that she did that I definitely give her props for. But as soon as Izzy dumps her, she goes running right back to Chris and she takes everything back. She's like, Izzy is the person, the type of man that I usually go for. This is what I feel comfortable with. I shouldn't have done that. This is going back into a pattern that I'm used to. This is just the comfort, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like,
of course, it's just woman
crazy.
It's just woman on 101. Avoid accountability.
Yeah.
Izzy made me do it.
Yeah. So then she basically, like, after she got dumped, like all how you see her was like completely negated. Like it was really crazy. So Stacey, in the meantime, hasn't said a single word about her. Stacey gets engaged too. She goes back in the pods. She's all happy. The girls are happy for her. Johnny, seething with anger and hatred. She goes to the girls. She's like, Izzy's credit score is bad.
That's hate. Off top, that's hate.
This man has a bad credit score, and that's what y'all need to focus on instead of focusing on the fact that he found somebody that he's going to be happy with, who is not me, who I was in direct competition with, because at some point you can tell that it's not just like I'm trying to find my love. To Johnny, it was I'm trying to beat Stacy. That's the main thing that she was trying to do. So it was just like it was really telling. So then eventually Johnny gave a whole explanation to Izzy about why she was picking him. And then when she changed and picked Chris, she gave him a completely different explanation. It was wild. I'm going to read it to you really quickly so she told Izzy that Chris is the safe and boring option and that she's never loved the men that were safe and boring because they weren't exciting. And then she told Chris that she likes Izzy because he's not safe and that was her pattern, but she didn't want to repeat the pattern. Bitch, what's your pattern? Is your pattern the safe guy or the unsafe guy? Hold on. So the men, after Izzy dumps her and she tells Chris this, Chris goes back into the men's pods and Chris is like, this is what she told me. Izzy was like, that's crazy. She told me the same thing flipped opposite. They exchanging notes. City girls down 1,000. But that's not even what you've ever been, bitch. You was never a city girl. You would never have been caught up in that shit. Bitch, are you dumb? You told these niggas opposite stories. You should have weaved a web of lies that was so complicated that they didn't even have dots to connect. You shouldn't have left dots to connect.
Once again, there you go, giving these women way more credit than they deserve.
Nah, some bitches know how to lie.
Some of them do, but a good majority don't.
Okay.
Good majority can barely put sentences
I'm
together.
not proud of it, but as a only child, a Haitian girl, only child, I had to develop lying skills that were believable to do anything, to not be shackled to the confines of my bedroom.
And what you're forgetting is these are white women who every lie they've ever told has been believed without question.
Okay, period. Yep.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, hold on. I put my notes down and I took a little sippy sip. Okay, so that's all I have to say about Izzy and all of the girls related to Izzy. Let's move on.
Look how it's always male-centered.
Yeah, because he got...
No, it's because, like I said, I don't think we need to talk about this. Izzy clearly got a mouthpiece on him. Pause. Like, he clearly got game.
Yeah, you like that man's mouth, don't you?
See, here you go with that.
You like his mouth.
Here you go there trying to, because you don't want, because
you like how that mouth works.
Because you can't have a good conversation, just like the rest of these women in these
you like how Ismael's mouth works.
Just like the rest of these women in these weak ass pods, you ain't got no.
So I'm like one of these women in these weak ass pods.
Shit, when you talking like that, you sound like one of them. But no, clearly. He had that mouth.
I'm going to continue saying what I was saying because what you're saying is irrelevant because this is a segment for the ladies. Continuing with what I'm saying. So we're going to move on to Aaliyah and Uche. As soon as I saw Aaliyah and Uche, I was like, oh my God, love them. Like Uche is Uche is a lawyer. Aaliyah is a travel nurse. They both rolling in money. So my initial notes about them was that they're super cute. He's very reassuring to like the way he feels about her, which was like good to watch in the beginning.
Can I just note something? That's a relationship that's going to be cheated on. A lawyer and a travel nurse.
Yeah. So I thought he was like very reassuring to her in the beginning, which I thought was like super, super cute, right? And then that was my initial reaction. So the second day is when we really get into like the meat and bones of the conversation. So their second day, Aaliyah brings up that one of the like main characteristics that she wants from a man is a man of upstanding moral character, which is amazing, right? That's a great quality to want to have in a man. And then Uche asks her, has she ever cheated? She says yes. Okay. Weird.
No,
for somebody who wants somebody of upstanding moral character. And then
have you met women?
And then he asks her how long ago was, And it was like 2 years ago. And he's like, oh, so you're a recent cheater. And she's like, oh, don't say that. Don't do that. And then he's like, did you tell him? Did you come clean? And she's like, no. So I'm like, girl, come on. I'm starting to like you. I don't love you. I'm starting to like you. You say you want somebody of upstanding moral character when you just cheated on somebody and didn't let him know. He's finding out with the rest of America? I am shocked and baffled. That is something that you should not have even brought up. And then you could have just lied. You could have been like, nope, never cheated. But you decided to tell the truth. So she goes back. He does not take it well, which is understandable. You just cheated on somebody. Who is to tell me that you're not going to cheat on me? That is a rational train of thought to have when somebody cheated in their last relationship and they have not been in a relationship since, right?
It depends.
Right. So she goes back to the pods and Lydia is like one of her best friends. Her best friend in the pod. Lydia's reaction, we're going to show you Lydia's reaction to to her admitting to Uche that she has cheated before. Okay, so Lydia had a very when I initially saw it, I was like, this doesn't seem right. This seems like a very aggressive reaction to her obviously slightly being in the wrong. Like Uche did have a somewhat of a dramatic reaction to it. But he does need time to process the information that he's heard. That is fair, right? That's the advice that I would give my friend. If you just told a nigga 7 seconds ago that you're a cheater, maybe let him process the fact that it's been a couple years. People grow, but that's not what she said. She was if he doesn't whatever. Y'all saw it. So I put that in the memory bank, and then. You have anything?
I just think it's funny when women watch these shows and they see other women and they just don't see no, that's how all of y'all are. Like you made a point where it was why would she want an honest man when she wasn't an honest woman? That's every woman. I hate to break it to you. Y'all want everything. Y'all are not. Mm-hmm. I want a rich man. I don't have 2 nickels to rub against. I want a tall man. I can't get on rides at Six Flags. Y'all be psyched out. This psyched out behavior. But everything that you're saying this is just women behavior.
So,
especially competitive women.
Remember that Uche had a very dramatic reaction to Aaliyah telling him that she has cheated 2 years ago.
Word.
Netflix Love is Blind does a cute little flashback to the first episode.
So the episode before you just watched?
No, we've gone through. We're on the 4th episode. Okay. They flash back to episode number 1. Mm-hmm. Lydia and Uche are in the pods together. We have never seen Lydia and Uche in the pods together. As soon as Uche speaks, Lydia knows his voice. She says his full name, full African ass name.
With the click.
And then she's like, you're a lawyer. You live here. You do this. You do this. And he's like, I have no idea who this is. And then she's like, you don't know who this is? And he's like, nope. And then she gives a couple clues about herself. And he's like, nope. And then she gives a couple more clues about herself. And he's like, Lydia?
Hey.
And then she's like, yes. And he's like, fuck. That's his reaction. He's like, fuck.
Can I say this real quick? we watched this scene together, and I was like, there's never been a perfect explanation of a woman's vagina being trash than watching that exchange. Because I'm trying to tell you, everything about that exchange, she was trying to do everything but say her name. Yeah, that shit was so fun.
She was trying to give him all types of clues because but he did immediately walk in and be like, hi, I'm Uche. So she was like, oh,
but I'm saying once I hear your voice, once I start hearing your voice, if I was in that pussy, I'm going to remember.
Yeah. You fucking better, nigga.
But I'm saying, but if this shit was trash, I'm trying to get that because it's some that I'm pretty sure I wouldn't remember to this day. Okay. It's trash. I'm getting it out of my head. I'm not even thinking about it no more.
So
And it was how long were they was dating ago?
We'll get into it.
Okay.
You getting too far. Slow your roll.
My bad.
You got too much dip on your chip. So, as soon as Uche finally realizes it's Lydia, one of the first things that comes out of her mouth is, "Do you want to wipe the slate clean? Do you want to start at ground zero?" His reaction immediately, no.
Trash. That's how you know it's trash. That's how you know it's trash. Everything about that exchange was trash.
His reaction is immediately no.
He didn't even get a second.
And he was like, his excuse was the experience is not going to be the same.
That pussy ain't hitting no different.
The experience is not going to be the same. I already know exactly who you are. I already know exactly what you look like. We've dated. Like, I'm not trying to do this again. We're just going to do us in the experiment, and that's what they decided on.
Okay.
They also decided on not to tell anybody.
Let me do a male translation.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Bitch, your pussy trash as fuck. I don't want nobody to know I even touched that weak ass shit. I don't even want it no more. Please, I'm trying to fuck something else in here, not you. Okay? Please go away. I don't need it and I don't want it. Thank you very much.
I did not think that, but
that's what he was saying to her.
Point of view.
That's
there
what
you
he was
go.
trying to say. I know when a nigga hear trash pussy voice for I seen it in his eyes. Like, as soon as he heard that, I was, oh, that bitch she was dry. I can already tell. She probably got a horrible moan voice. Like, everything about it was trash. That's why she had to go. Well, my bad. I won't ruin it.
As soon as I see this, things start clicking. Right? Things start clicking. I'm like, bro, Lydia planned this. Lydia, after the first day when Uche turned her down, she went back into those pods. The girls were openly speaking about who their number one is. She made sure that she got close to the only girl who was saying that Uche was her number one, because nobody else was interested in him as far as like we're seeing editing wise. So I sound like such a new editing wise. Like, that was crazy. So I feel like this was a calculated plan. I've been seeing a lot of like, Lydia knew that Uche was going on Love is Blind, so she applied for Love is Blind because she's a stalker ass bitch. She gives very creepy energy from what we were seeing. I want y'all to remember back to Lydia's face when Aaliyah was telling her that Uche was saying that he can't imagine his life without her. And she was like, oh, he said that? And this was before we knew that he and her had a thing, right? It was very weird. Like, she had very like weird energy. I feel like she had very manipulative intentions. It was very shady, like weird bitch energy. You made friends with this girl so you could be close to your op.
I ain't gonna just be disrespectful, but the Hispanic women, once they get in that 30-year age and they ain't been married, they get slimy, yo. They play dirty.
Yeah.
They play dirty.
So
I was about to make a mean
Go
joke
ahead.
about it. I was just gonna say this old broad was in scheme mode. As soon as she heard that nigga voice,
yes,
she was in
immediately.
scheme mode.
Immediately. That's what
plotting.
it seems like.
She was plotting, and this nigga was pissed. He knew his whole experience was ruined.
Aaliyah was a very genuine girl. So Uche, hold on. We see this happen. Finally, Uche tells Aaliyah that this happened. She's like, I don't mess with this. You should have told me that your ex was in here. This is my friend. In real life, I would not go near my friend's ex.
Okay, but see, that's the
situation that she, regardless of how convoluted it is,
y'all are so
that's
goofy.
the situation that she ended up in.
You just met this girl. How is she your friend?
That's what I was saying. No, that's what I was saying. Because fuck this bitch. But at the same time, you don't know what was going. They have previous history, right? I'm new. You don't know. Like, it doesn't feel
Everybody
good.
here is new.
It doesn't. But they have previous outside of everybody here history. So it doesn't feel good to walk into a situation where both of y'all were hiding, that y'all have a bond outside of this place that's unequal, that outmatches everything that we've all built here.
It compromises it, yeah.
Yes. So that's the thing. So Aaliyah's like, I don't like this. In the real world, I would never go near my friend's ex. This situation altogether, like, no version of this situation. Stop fucking doing that. Like, you having control of the soundboard is like, you're done with the soundboard. This is a ladies segment.
Ladies like soundboards.
Yeah, but she's not being a bird for thinking that, because we all agree with her.
No,
so
she's being a bird for
that.
her friend, though. That's why I'm saying.
Stop doing that. So, okay, I remember where I'm at. So Uche tells, after he comes clean, telling Aaliyah that he's had a connection with somebody in the pods previously, and she's like, I don't fuck with this. I really need to have a conversation with Lydia. She goes back in the pods, and they like run into each other. She's like, I know. They like fall into each other's arms. They start sobbing. I'm like, what? Why is nobody being boxed in this bitch? Why has nobody currently been cursed out?
But there's nobody to box. There's no reason to.
Why has nobody been cursed out? Nobody's been cursed out. Y'all put me in this situation. Y'all could have easily let me make this decision not to be in this hot ass mess. But now I'm in this hot ass mess, and now I have feelings for this man, and you didn't tell me information that would have been very important to my decision to stay with you or not.
I don't think it would have been.
It would have been.
No, because I think if he would have never brought it up.
If you saw her reaction after, then yes, to Aaliyah specifically, I know to maybe you in the general, it wouldn't have been, but to Aaliyah specifically, it would have been.
Man, if that old chick would have just held it down, and he would have held it down, everything would have been straight. Nobody would have had to know about nothing.
Aliyah and Lydia are sobbing in each other's arms, and she's like, Lydia's like reassuring her, like, you don't have anything to worry about. Aliyah's like, I don't want to like be looking over my shoulder every time I'm gone, worrying about you two. And Lydia's like, no, I would see Uche as not my Uche, but Aliyah's husband, which sounds great. Right. So then everything's out in the open. And Lydia takes the opportunity to just start spilling her guts. Aliyah is like, I don't want to know any more information about you and Uche's relationship other than there was one. Lydia is like, okay. Let's play the clip for you real quick of her completely disregarding that request.
Always fun, playful. Yeah. He pissed himself every time he sees me. He destroys the toy, so I even bought him a toy, like it was like a bone. Which it was like, I don't know where you bought that, but that was like a good one.
Yeah.
I know everything about him because I know him, you know?
I know.
So anything that you want to know?
No, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything. I want to still be surprised.
Let me tell you this. I know his friends. I've gone to a couple of events with his friends.
I just don't want to know that though.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get along. He is kind of like a workaholic.
Yeah, I could tell.
He is OCD. Oh, his house is dope.
Yeah. I really didn't want to know too much.
It's like a 3-level house. He told you he drives a Tesla?
No, I like.
Did he tell you his favorite color?
Yeah,
the blue, like royal. And that's still the color of his car. Then I told you like my favorite whiskey is because sushi. Wild turkey honey. He's his favorite.
Oh my god. This is pissing me off. I don't want to know what you have, what car you drive.
By the way, I want to be honest with you. Last time we saw each other was back in January this year. And we slept together and all that stuff.
It's just
always fun.
All right. So you saw Lydia was like, I met that nigga Puppy. I bought that nigga Puppy toys. I met all his friends. I know everybody who he cares about. Also, we fucked 3 months ago.
Why y'all like doing that?
Nah, because
why y'all like doing that?
Lydia was scheming from jump.
That's what y'all all do, though.
She. So we're done with all of the couples that I actually care about. And all of the drama. Oh, I forgot to mention.
I feel like you didn't talk about the Rock nigga at all.
Is he?
No, Rock nigga isn't Izzy. That's the Rock. I'm talking about the nigga that was into the rocks.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about him eventually. So as far as like all of the people that are connected though, I'm done talking about them. The last thing I want to mention about Uche and Aaliyah is after they have their conversation and Aaliyah and Lydia have their conversation, Aaliyah goes back in the pods and has a conversation with Uche, which this nigga is like laying down on the couch when she first walks in, super relaxed, like nothing happened. And then they talk for a little bit, and then she mentions that they had sex 3 minutes ago, and he pops right up, sitting at attention. God damn, now I have to actually put effort into this conversation because I'm caught. So that's their last conversation. Episode ends dramatically. Next episode, or no, the next scene, Uche is like in his proposing wardrobe because the guys get like dressed up in suits, and then
because she can't see you,
and then you don't see Aaliyah on the other side, and you're like, I'm like, she's not coming.
She could have been in the bathroom.
She's not coming. I'm like, she's definitely not. She dipped. She's not interested in this man anymore. He done put her through too much nonsense. And after like a couple seconds, the producers go on the loudspeaker and tell Uche that Aaliyah has left the experience.
And that's kind of wrong.
It's not wrong at all.
No, I'm talking about the way the producers handled that.
Oh yeah.
Like my nigga, when I walked in the room, you could have not let me sit down. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Why did you?
But for dramatic flair, he had to sit and stew in it for a little bit. But I'm proud of Aaliyah. Like I really am. Like it was messy and it was unnecessary, and you just packed it up and left. And I really like that. I like the message that sends. I like when women just go. Just leave.
Oh, really?
Don't do the, like, after the first strike, gone.
That's what you like?
Yes.
They just leave.
Don't do the second strike, the third strike, the fourth strike. Next thing you know, you fucking 8-9 years into a relationship where you're miserable. You've lost all of your years.
Just leave that nigga alone with a couch, right?
Just leave him.
Leave him alone with a couch, right?
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck.
In a bed.
Who care about his opinion?
Yep.
Ain't no bed. It was just a couch. So just leave him there.
Yep.
That's just how you deserve.
That's it.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, so real quick, we gonna get into Milton and Lydia, because Milton and Lydia ended up being a thing. These are just like, they're just random, like,
that's rock
throw together. Yes, that's because he has curly hair.
No, nigga, because he's into the rocks.
Yeah, because
the nigga that he works with the gas and shit.
Yeah, he's a petroleum engineer. So Milton is 24 years old. Lydia is 28.
She's 30. Lydia's 30.
Lydia's 28.
No, I remember this. She said on it was 30 on her paper, her thing. Her name said she was 30.
Because I remember from the previews, Milton's mother saying, "You're 28. What do you want? What do you have in common with a 24-year-old?"
I remember when we were.
Regardless, so then Milton and Lydia are together now, right? For some goddamn reason. And I don't like it. Because Milton is like super cute and innocent, and he just like wants to be, he's like a male pick-me low-key a little bit, but it's adorable. And he just wants people, he just wants a woman to like love on. And I feel like he's definitely, Okay, she's 30. So he's definitely like super book smart, but he's definitely not smart in any other way other than book smart. He got into college when he was like a sophomore in high school or some shit like that.
I had a roommate
got
like
all
this
of his
nigga.
credits. Like he's been advanced for a very long time, which is probably why like he feels like he's more comfortable around more mature women.
But it's just a facade, my brother. You're not. You really not. You just a nerd to both of them.
Milton, I want you to run. And speaking of Milton being a nerd, Milton is talking to Lydia, and he's like, I have a Pokemon card collection, but women love me for it. Milton, you are 6'7" and fine. Like, why would any woman care that you have a Pokemon card collection? This is why I be telling y'all that it doesn't matter how nerdy you are. If you fine with the nerdiness inside, it does not matter at all. The reason you did not get bitches is because you were ugly. It's not because you were nerdy. Because the nerdy fine niggas like Milton, who has who probably has a very extensive collection of Pokemon cards, and women probably see that collection of Pokemon cards, and it's like, you're tall and skinny, pull that long ass dick out. Like, I don't care about any of this. You are a petroleum engineer, you have money, you're tall, you're handsome, you're nice. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you could literally have a collection of life-size Pokemon in your backyard. Nigga, tell me all their names. I'll memorize all of them. Dead ass.
Okay, I just want y'all to know she's lying. She's lying straight out of her mouth. And the fact that you even think this nigga is cute, questioning you a lot. Judging you, putting it in the Rolodex.
The fact that you are fucking comfortable enough to be like, oh, your taste in men is off, so your taste in men is better? Your taste in men is better. Your taste in men is better?
If that's the shit you're getting
your
off?
Taste in,
okay. That's the shit you're getting off? Yes.
So your taste in men is better.
If the shit you're getting off,
so
yes.
Frederick has better taste in men than I do.
Clearly. Because if you saying that nigga is anything, you fucking are blind as a bat.
Obviously.
Are you related to Ray Charles? Stevie Wonder?
Obviously. I don't pick good niggas. I picked him.
That was the best pick you ever made.
Nope.
A broken clock's right twice a day. You got it right here.
Nope.
This was an all-time selection.
That's a trash ass nigga, according to him.
Nah, this was you got it right. You got it right twice.
You see how the rules change?
For me, yes. I've told you that over time. All the rules over change.
All right, so let me wrap this up really quickly.
What have you surmised so far?
Milton, real quick, sir, why are you on Love Is Blind? There has to, you gotta have a micro penis or something. Like, there has to be something like severely off with you.
I don't think you fail to realize a lot of women don't even know what petroleum is. So when he probably tells them what he's doing, they don't even know he probably makes a whole bunch of money.
Then my thing is, like, why are you on this show? Your mother and sister from the preview seem to be highly upset that you're with Lydia. I'm gonna continue and see what happens. Take your ass, okay, to Howard Homecoming and get you a AKA alum that's a doctor or a lawyer, a cute little, like, same age as you. Okay, that's what you need to, like, what are you doing with Lydia? Like, she's literally a loudmouth, creepy, like, she is not it.
See,
at all. So these are the couples, season 5 couples as of now. It's just Stacey and Izzy, Taylor and JP. Okay, we didn't talk about Taylor and JP at all. JP literally had some type of American flag in every outfit that he wore. JP, where the fuck were you on January 6th? Where the fuck were you on January 6th? We need evidence. I need pictures. I need timestamps. I need dates, nigga. Because what the fuck? This man had an American flag laid out on the pillow next to him when he didn't have it on his person. What the fuck? That's creepy as fuck.
You don't understand somebody who would love their country?
Not America. And then Lydia and Milton, which Lydia and Milton are engaged, by the way.
Spoilers.
That's not a spoiler.
It is got to be a spoiler if they
the episode.
Oh, ended with them engaging. Okay.
Yes, these are the couples the only couples that are engaged now. These are the three, but obviously in the previews, a lot of people come back. Aaliyah comes back. Damn, I don't remember because she's black and I only care about her. But this season of Love Is Blind is messy as hell. And it's one of the messiest seasons that we've had thus far. Last season was garbage. I think this is my favorite season since Shake. Shake was terrible, but he was really fun to watch, honestly. So that's my whole Love Is Blind recap. The next 4 episodes are coming out on Friday, and that's going to be outside of the pods. I'm so excited to see how they assimilate to each other in their like actual everyday lives. I'm excited to see who was putting up a facade, because it's very easy to lie when you're fucking they can't even see your eyes. So I'm really excited to see whose house of lies is going to crumble.
That's crazy. All right, well, are you sure you got everything? You good?
That is everything. I made very thorough notes. My mic is falling apart.
Was there anything you want to go before we do?
Not necessarily.
All right, I want to thank y'all listening for Talk FNF TV. We out of here.